IMVU influencer / entertainer that goes by the name of
𝐂𝐿𝐴,
has lost everything that made him who he is today.
The Benji Boys, aka Benji Boy 𝐂𝐍𝐶 and Benji Boy 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐄, had made a show that just canceled after a successful first episode due to miscommunication, people showing up late, and feud between the cast members and the executive producer, 𝐂𝐶.
Benji Boy 𝐂𝐶 had a big fight with his brother, Benji Boy 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐄, which might have led them to not be cool anymore.
Did 𝐂𝐿𝐴 or Benji Boy 𝐂𝐶 find love in Jamaica?
Breaking news. The truth just revealed to the IMVU world on why 𝐂𝐿𝐴 has been MIA, which is because he's been focusing on his new family with none other than Pretty T, and they will be having twins, a boy and a girl.
Breaking news again. Has 𝐂𝐿𝐴 or Benji Boy 𝐂𝐶 and Pretty T's relationship come to an end, and will it affect the twins getting a chance to see any of the parents?
Where is 𝐂𝐿𝐴 now, and what will happen next?
In a city that never sleeps, where dreams are built and broken every night, one name started to rise from the shadows. This is the story of 𝐂𝐿𝐴 and the road that made him. This isn't just a story about success, it's about the grind behind it, the moments nobody saw, the choices that defined everything. I watched it all happen, from the late nights in the studio to the silence before the storm. 𝐂𝐿𝐴 was more than a name. He was a movement waiting to happen. Before the fame, before the lights, there was just one question. How far would he go to make it? In the beginning, it wasn't about fame. It was about a vision, a hunger to create something bigger than himself. But somewhere along the way, the noise got louder. People came around, some real, some pretending to be. Bonds were built, memories were made, and slowly, the mission started to blur. He gave loyalty, trust, and energy to the wrong hands. And when the lights dimmed, one by one, those same faces faded too. What was left wasn't a team. It was a man standing alone in the shadows. But sometimes isolation is the blessing, because that silence, it made him sharper, it made him hungrier, it made him 𝐂𝐿𝐴, the one they counted out, but the one they'll never forget. This isn't just a story about success, it's about falling off course and finding yourself again. From the shadows to the spotlight, this is the upcoming of 𝐂𝐶. So we sat down, the one and only Benji Boy 𝐂𝐶, aka 𝐂𝐿𝐴, and we wanted him to give himself the proper introduction for this set, just to get a start, or a first look on who he is.
So my name is Benji Boy 𝐂𝐶, but most people call me by my name, which is 𝐂𝐿𝐴. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, well, the south side of Nashville with a C, not an S. But for those who been knowing me, who probably doesn't remember me now until you see this documentary, a couple years back, I did go by the name of Rico Santana, or some might say Scarlito. Some people might know me as Scarlito, which is really where everything has started as far as me figuring out who I really am and who I planned on becoming in this VU world, and not just the VU world, but outside of this shit too.
So during the year of 2022 and 2023, 𝐂𝐿𝐴 was known as Rico, aka Rico Santana. But that didn't last long, which is why he changed his name to Scarlito. Why? Well, because he had plenty of incidents where people bashed his name, lied on him, and even tried to bring himself down as a person. So he went out his way to change his virtual world identity to something that will leave a mark, Scarlito, or what most might say. He just got in that mode.
So Scarlito, right, is a mixture of personality that's outgoing, who doesn't care, just an asshole, who doesn't care to go out his way or do everything in his power to tear you the fuck down as an individual. You know, to the point where you want to end it all type shit. But basically, in short terms, I would just say that the Scarlito phase that I had was just a crash out demon.
So we all want to know, what made him like that, you might ask, or who was that side or phase of him around that time? Or who really ticked him off to the point where he became that person who decided to give zero emotions? I'm sure there's many questions that we would want to unfold, but the main question is why? Why did he become that person?
But long story short, with that situation, Rico Santana was like a starter name for me for VU. 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓 was like a phase of demonic energy. Like I wasn't just trying to be fucked with at the time. Like at that time, people done tried to expose me. People done tried to lie on me, say I did this, say I said this. People tried to bash my name for talking to multiple bitches. It was just a lot going on at that time. So the 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓 in me, the phase that I had at the time, and I was young. I was younger than what I am now, even though it's not even like that many years ago. But you know, people grow and change over time. But that younger side, that still came from the outside world and what I was dealing with. You feel me? So basically that 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓 phase was like another side that I didn't like. You feel me? Like that was the hoe in me. That was the nigga that wanted bitches, that wanted to fuck all the time and shit like that. That was the nigga that would take a nigga bitch and didn't give a fuck about the repercussions of the nigga that tried to do something. You feel me? Like I was the motherfucker. I just felt like I was young-minded at the time, I would say. Like 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓, that was just a crash out demon, you know? But this 𝐂𝐿𝐴 person, this new me, this me who I've been, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a crash out. Like I'm still like, you feel me? I don't go for none of that bullshit type shit. I'm still the same as far as that. I still don't take certain shit lightly. I still get, you know what I'm saying? I'm still that type of nigga. But as far as me growing from having a lot of bitches and bragging on money, bragging on females, bragging on who I can be as a nigga, trying to pop his shit, like, nah, I don't do none of that. I'm more on some grown, I'm more on some grown, mature shit. Like, you feel me? Whatever bullshit comes in my way now, I'm more wise about it. At the time, I did not give a fuck. So that's who 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓 was before 𝐂𝐿𝐴, before Benji Boy KT. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So I guess we can all say that there is hope and there is still room for growth with 𝐂𝐿𝐴. But the moral of that Rico and 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐿𝐴 story is that at the time 𝐂𝐿𝐴 was just misdirected or misunderstood or just wasn't wise enough to turn a bad situation around in a mature way. It was more of a, let me prove you wrong and show you who I can be type of mindset, which could have easily be handled in a more wiser and mature way. But at that time he was younger and didn't know how to handle the situations, or didn't know how to care for no one else's feelings. But what came next? Where did this new persona come from?
So the name 𝐂𝐿𝐴 really symbolizes growth, and it symbolizes a new me, a new person, someone who doesn't like let my mind rule over my heart, you know. So basically that person 𝐂𝐿𝐴 is just the better side of who I really am. And how I got the name Benji Boy KT. So I used to be a part of this group called Blue Benjies. This is after I left a group called Walkstar and another group called RTF. And in the group of Walkstar, I was enforcer, and they didn't like how real I was, so I ended up getting kicked out. And as far as RTF, I was dealing with somebody, and at the time, I let my mind rule over my heart. I used to overthink, and you know what I'm saying, like, I used to be in my head a lot. So the name Benji Boy KT, it really came from a group, because it was some members from Rockstar that hit me up and was like, oh yeah, how you been and stuff like that, woo woo. And I was like, I'm good, you know, just been chilling, staying to myself, you know, I ain't really, you know what I'm saying, in the mix, you feel me? And they was like, we should start a group. So we started a group, and the name of the group was called Blue Benjis. But that didn't last not even 24 hours. The people that was in there, the niggas, they was more focused on females than the females was on some, nah, these niggas weird. And I didn't want to be in that category, so I left that group. And after I left, they just disbanded the whole group, right? So after that, I took the name Blue Benjis, and I made it my own brand. You know, I got a clothing line, a jewelry business on here, and yeah, I just really made it a part of me type shit. So Blue Benjis is really like a branded name that I kept, because they was just gonna let that shit go to waste. And that's a good ass name. I could bring some, you know what I'm saying, some good profit in with that name. So I'm like, yeah, I'm finna keep that name, because they gonna let it go to waste. So Blue Benji Boy really came from that, you know what I'm saying? It's a branded name that I kept for myself, that I got from a group that I used to own. So yeah, that's where Benji Boy comes into play. You know, it really took a long time for me to have a content name. I was just going by 𝐂𝐍𝐶, but it really took a while for me to like put Benji Boy in front of KT, you know, because people call me KT, K, or Tona, or my whole name 𝐂𝐍𝐶, but I really just kept Blue Benjis and just mixed it around with my name and put Benji Boy KT.
So hearing this from 𝐂𝐍𝐶 really gives us an inside look on who he is and how this all started for him. Now I'm pretty sure after him giving himself a new name or rebranding himself, there's also another question. What is KTC?
So KTC, right? KTC stands for KT Clovers. Clover, a 4-leaf clover. If anybody that knows me knows that I always have a 4-leaf clover by my name or with my name or anything like that, because that's my signature. Which a 4-leaf clover stands for good luck, but it also stands for hope, faith, love, and success. But in my book, it's just a signature to me to remind me, like, you know, just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, keep grinding, keep building on yourself and becoming at peace with yourself type shit. So I always made a 4-leaf clover my signature to 𝐂𝐍𝐶. And you know, KT stands for 𝐂𝐍𝐶. That's just a short term for my name, like a nickname for my name. People call me KT or K or anything like that, but that's KT Clovers is, you know, KTC. That's what that stands for. And it's also like, I do Twitch and stuff like that, so I call my peoples, like, you know, other people call they supporters, they call them like different type of names, like Mafia or Gang or anything like that. I call them my Clovers. So, you know, KT Clovers type shit. And that's also a branded name, just like Benji Boy and Blue Benjis. Just like that, it's a branded name to me too, but it's also deeper than that. it's a signature type shit. So yeah, that's what KTC is.
So, Blue Benjis and KTC are just branded names and meaningful signatures that represents who 𝐂𝐿 really is, and in the end, he stood as a reminder that no matter the struggle or the silence, strength is found in perseverance. Through every challenge, he never lost sight of who he wanted to become: resilient, determined, and undeniably inspiring. This is the upcoming of 𝐂𝐿. I want to say thanks to the audience for making it this far in this first episode of 𝐂𝐿's documentary, and I hope you're here for the next episode, because we will be talking about the crowd 𝐂𝐿 was around while coming up in the virtual world business. We will also reveal who all was important during these times and who impacted his life the most in this business. But until then, the journey is far from over. The story continues and the truth waits to be revealed.